What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. My name is MJ. Today I'm going to be doing an unboxing of a Cricut machine that's been around for a minute. I've always thought about getting one, finally broke down to get one. And I bought one because I'm like, yeah, I think I want to be outside this summer. And I needed a heat press that was easy to transport and easy to use while, going to different vendor locations to sell shirts or whatever. So I'm going to unbox that, demonstrate on how to use it, and show you where you can get yours. Actually, the link will be in the description below. So let's get to it. Oh, before I move on, do me a favor. Hit that like button real quick. Hit subscribe. Share the video. Comment. Do something. I need more subscribers to add to the 200 billion I already have, okay? All right, so come on, let's do this. Teamwork makes the dream work, teammates. Let's go. Finally, after all of this time, I get to unbox my machine. Believe it or not, y'all, when they first came out with this machine, I believe back in 2018, I was like, Cricut making a heat press? I just looked at it like it was so generic, right? And then all these years later, I'm wanting one. So I'm kind of excited about it, only because, like I said, I wanted to be able to have a easy heat press that wasn't so heavy to carry when I have to pack up everything and go. But this actually came, they delivered this on March 3rd, and I am just now opening this. So here it is, you guys, the Cricut EasyPress 2. This was well packaged. I thought this was so cute. They gave me a Sparkle HTV to do a test press with. Here's a little envelope that came in there. In here is a booklet, your registration card. It'll have like a little register number that you would have to go to Cricut.com/register for your warranty. It also came with a welcome book. And in here, they're telling you what comes in the box. It's your Cricut EasyPress 2, the safety base, a welcome book, materials for a practice project, safety instructions, and warranty. This goes up to 400 degrees. Start button with countdown timer. It beeps when iron-on transfer is complete. Super fast heat up time. It has a comfortable handle, advanced heat plate. Its dry, even heat and ceramic coating produce flawless transfers. Streamlined safety base keeps Cricut EasyPress 2 in protected resting position. And it also has auto shut off. Shuts off automatically after 10 minutes of non-use. The simple Cricut EasyPress controls are the secret to your iron-on success. You'll love the results. So I'm going to go through these real quick. I'm going to just point out the things I think that's most important. I'm not going to waste too much time reading through the booklet. And it said that the EasyPress 2 offers even heat distribution, fast heating up to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and a digital display to easily set your temperature and time. No more uneven pressure like you get from a standard iron, and it's much more compact than a traditional heat press. So that's the streamlined safety base. Has little holes in it so that the air can circulate through. And they packed this heat press up so tight in this bag. I could barely get it off. This was packaged extra well. Compared to a heavy-duty clamshell press, the EasyPress 2 is a space saver with way less bulk. Now I'm just taking the plastic off of the heat press. It's quiet, clean, and approachable, especially for beginners who might feel overwhelmed by commercial machines, and it still gets the job done. I love the look of this heat press. It had to grow on me because I'm so used to the traditional heat presses. But there's the ceramic plate, and it's supposed to heat up evenly throughout the whole plate. That is a Teflon pillow. I decided to set that heat press on, and this is my heat press pillow. Cricut was out of them at the time, so I went on Amazon to purchase this one. It is a 16 by 20, and the link to this will be in the description below. This heat press is a size 12 by 10. It is the largest heat press that they have. Iron on success in 60 seconds or less. And it says it gets hotter faster. Get professional results at home. Set temperature and time. Eliminate the guesswork. Apply heat and gentle pressure. Even after repeated washes, your designs will really stick. The first thing you want to do is register your product. To activate your warranty, register your machine at the following website within 7 days of purchase, you guys. I hope that my machine is automatically registered since I bought it from Cricut because, like I said, this came in March and I'm just now opening it. I'm just going to read through the most important safety instructions. The ceramic plate and stand are hot while in use. Use as directed. Hot surfaces may scorch or burn. Use with extreme caution. Always turn device off before plugging or unplugging from the electrical outlet. Do not immerse in water or use in wet conditions. Cricut EasyPress 2 is intended for household and indoor hobby use only. So that just messes up my plans of what I wanted to do. But whatever, I just got to be careful when using it in places where there are combustible or heat reactive materials. Always place device on its stand after use and allow it to cool down before storage. Ensure device and stand are situated on a flat, stable surface. The power cord should be positioned so that it will not drape over the countertop or tabletop where it can be tripped over, snagged, or pulled on unintentionally, especially by children. This device must be placed on its stand when not in use. Now let's get into the meat and potatoes of this video. I got the quick start guide, and this is telling me how to do the practice project. Get hands-on with an iron-on project. Follow these simple steps to practice customizing a drawstring bag using the materials provided. So that's cool. I did not know that that bag was for the practice project to put the glitter vinyl on. So that's cool. So the first thing I'm going to do is plug this baby up and set the time and temperature. And that is number 1 on the quick start guide. This is something I wanted to do too because The table is, you know, that little hard plastic type foldable table. I didn't know how it would heat up the plastic on the table. Just to be safe, I put something underneath it. And you'll see later in the video, I just grabbed a Teflon pillow because it's Teflon. So that is the power button you push on. And I'm learning it right now. I'm just playing around with it. I didn't even read the instructions, but it's kind of self-explanatory. That bottom button I just hit is the timer. You set it for however many seconds you want. The top one is the temperature. So it is telling me for this project to go ahead and set the temperature to 290 degrees and set the timer to 30 seconds. It says this is quick heat up time, so I put the timer on my phone just to see how quick it heats up. While that's heating up, I'm going to go ahead and prepare my heat press mat. Like I was saying, it's a 16 by 20 mat. It's for EasyPress machines, and you can press on both sides of it for all of your HTV and iron-on projects. And this came with a bonus pack of 3 Teflon sheets, which I did not even know. So that was a cool surprise because those always come in handy. You can never have too many of those. When the heat press is ready, it's going to beep. And we'll see just how long it took to heat up to 290 degrees. I had bought this a long time ago too, well earlier this year, probably came around March as well. So I had to flatten that out as much as I could. And number 2 says, get prepped, find your surface. If it's firm and flat, you're golden. Make sure to avoid flimsy padding ironing boards. Did you see it? Okay, it was 2 minutes and 6 seconds and probably a little less than that. To protect your surface, use your Cricut EasyPress mat or another one. Or you can use a fluffy folded bath towel if you don't have a mat. All right, so number 3, preheat base material. Here are the Teflon sheets I was telling you about that came with the pressing mat. Number 3, place the press over your drawstring bag, pressing for 5 seconds to remove wrinkles and moisture. Never skip this step. Trust us, it's important. I don't like how that came out. Like 30 seconds was not enough for this bag. So I just went over it as much as I could. Okay, so number 4, position and press. Position the included pre-cut iron-on material onto the center of the bag. Shiny side or clear liner facing up. Place Cricut EasyPress on top. Start the timer and apply gentle pressure until it beeps. And I started the timer. And it says that you do not have to use any kind of butcher paper or protective paper between the press and the design, the transfer paper. So that's cool. I like that, but you probably would have to if you did printable heat transfer vinyl. I would.
Okay, and number 5, it says flip and repeat. Flip the bag over and press the reverse side of the material for an additional 15 seconds. Pressing both sides ensures the design sticks for the long haul. Number 6, the big finish. While the iron-on film still feels warm to the touch, test a corner. If the liner does not lift easily, reapply and heat for a few more seconds. Remove the liner and voila, your new Cricut drawstring bag is ready to go. So as I was getting ready to put up my liner, the design was not stuck all the way to the bag. So I had to like reapply the liner and press it some more. And this time I put a little bit more pressure on the heat press. So this is cool. This kind of gives you a chance to get a feel for how the machine works. Honestly, $2.90 I don't believe was enough. But they probably did that just to be safe rather than sorry. Especially if this is like for a child or something. I think the more experienced you are, you kind of know whether or not to use more heat or whatever. So right now I'm just following the directions, and then I'm kind of getting the idea of how much heat, how much pressure I need to use for this stuff. At any time you want to skip this part and get straight to my final review, I'll put the timestamp somewhere on the screen or in my description after I finish editing this video. So it stuck that time. So I'm just going to press the back again a little bit to make sure it's stuck all the way, as well as the top of it. And again, I'm just using one hand to give it a little pressure. Once I seen how hot the Teflon pillow was, I decided to move that from underneath it because that's all it needed was just a Teflon pillow. It wasn't even really that warm. I mean, 290 degrees, that's not that hot at all. So the pillow is just enough to protect my table. So there it is. That's so cute. It definitely stuck to the bag this time. So now I'm going to try this heat press out on Easy Puff heat transfer vinyl. The directions call for the press time to be 8 to 10 seconds and the temperature at 800. Lord have mercy. Not no 800, 280 degrees. So I'm going to just turn this down 10 degrees, and it causes for firm pressure and a hot peel. So while that's cooling off, I'm going to get, this is an old t-shirt I don't wear anymore. Matter of fact, they sold this to me. I believe it was a defected item. The seam was all in the middle of my belly button and everything. So I never wore this shirt. It was just like a around the house shirt. So I'm going to practice on it today and see how this puff vinyl works. This is my first time using puff vinyl. I have an idea for a hoodie that I'm making, and of course I want to try it out on something I'm not going to wear first so I can get the feel for it and see how this puffy stuff works. So there I am heating up, preheating the garment to get the moisture out of the shirt and as well as the wrinkles. After this, I'm going to see how well it works on regular vinyl and then how it works when I layer the vinyl too. I'm going to give my honest opinion of what I think about this heat press and if I think it's worth it or not, or if you should buy it or not. And it definitely puffed up. I love the way this came out. This is Caesar puff vinyl, and I think you can see it a little bit how it's raised. I like how that came out. I'm not gonna lie, the texture is kind of like funky looking. I never seen it up close. It just looks weird to me. Now it's time to try this heat press on regular Caesar Easy Weed vinyl. So instead of this 280, 290 crap, I'm gonna push this baby up to what did I do? 365? Yeah, 365. That's around the temperature that I normally use for my regular heat press. So I found this baby shirt that I've had forever. I'm gonna go ahead and just do a cute little design on this to see how the regular Easy Weave vinyl works on it, and then see how it works when I layer the vinyl on top of each other. So I'm gonna go ahead and weed out the design real quick for this. Now it's time to get the wrinkles and the moisture out of this t-shirt so that I can apply the vinyl. Even with multiple presses and me applying a little bit of pressure, it still did not stick all the way, or I should say adhere to the shirt all the way. And I kind of messed up the H on this. So of course I had to apply some more heat and a little bit more pressure. I found that me holding down this press is a little bit uncomfortable for me, especially since I have a back issue. And I just don't really want to do that. I feel like that's just time being wasted, and I could be doing something else, like preparing my next garment for, something. I just don't like the fact I have to stand there pressing on this machine to get the vinyl to adhere. Also, while doing this, I realized that this vinyl was a cool peel. When I tried to peel it while it was hot, that's when my H messed up. So be aware of that when you are pressing your vinyl onto your shirt, whether it's a hot or cool peel. And that's why you see me kind of waving the shirt, just trying to get some of the heat out of it and taking it off of the mat, because the mat holds heat as well. And once I realized that it was a cool peel, then the vinyl started to act a little bit better. And yes, I believe the heat press is on 400 degrees. And as you can see, I grabbed the dumbbell to apply that pressure. I just don't have time to be standing there pushing down on this press. Now it's time to see how well this does with layering the vinyl. Now I'm layering the second piece of vinyl. And now the third piece of vinyl. Instead of putting butcher paper on top of the vinyl, I just went on and turned it around to press the back of the shirt like the directions suggested. I wasn't really satisfied with doing it on the back, so I went on and put the butcher paper in the front to do the 5-second sealer press. So it turned out nice, besides me messing up the H because I forgot this was a cool peel. Now it's time to see if the auto shut off works. So after a while of me not using it, it did beep. And there you go. The auto shut off does work. Time for my final review thoughts. The word sale is what caught my attention, and I bought my 12 by 10 EasyPress 2 for around $114, originally priced for $239.99. Cricut does have an EasyPress 3 machine out now, and I'll put that link in the description as well. I think the Cricut EasyPress 2 is cool for designers who don't want to deal with the hassle of bulky equipment. Whether you're making custom shirts for friends, selling online, or just exploring heat transfer vinyl for the first time as a beginner, this tool can help and save you money from investing in a traditional commercial heat press. In office use, I can see myself using it in addition to my regular heat press while doing bulk orders to increase production time or to simply do that last minute press to ensure the vinyl's adhesive is good and locked in with the fabric. As I stated in the beginning of the video, I wanted to be able to take this on vendor events with me to make shirts on demand. If I'm at an indoor event, that will be cool. But if I'm at an outside event, like the safety instruction says, I will need to be careful when using it in places where there are combustible or heat reactive materials and be aware that heat may be conducted to combustible materials that are out of my sight. I like the color of this press and the handle. I love the auto shut off feature. I also like how fast it heats up. I was rushing getting ready for work yesterday and saw that my shirt was super wrinkly, so I was able to press it out quickly with the press on 400 degrees. I will most likely be using this press on 350 to 400 degrees while designing, making sure I don't scorch the garment. Always do a test press first. Cricut does provide an online heat guide that gives you the right settings based on the materials you are using. You can access the link to my guide below in the description. I do not like how heavy it is. I weighed it at 7 pounds and 14 ounces. This will prevent me from moving as fast as I would like, but with regular use, I'm sure I'll build the muscle to be able to handle it the way I intend. Also, for it to be as heavy as it is, I don't like the fact that I need to apply pressure on it in order to adhere the vinyl. If I have to do that, then as you seen me do in the demo, I will be using an 8 pound to 10 pound dumbbell instead of a 5 pound dumbbell while I'm getting my next garment ready to press. That's because I don't just stand around and wait. I keep it moving so that I can minimize my time spent on a garment. I do like the fact that I can press on top of the transfer sheet without protective paper on top the first time, but I definitely will have to for the second 5-minute sealer press unless I flip the garment over and press the back side, which they recommend you to do. Again, that's a little more time spent doing miscellaneous stuff that will add up, making me spend more time on one garment than I would like. Overall, do I think it's a good buy? Well, for beginners, yes. For me, kind of. It would be a definite yes if they tweaked it and found ways to solve the issues I had with it. So this concludes my review. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more creative content, and comment below if you have any products in mind that I should review next, or if you're going to go ahead and purchase this press. Thanks for watching, teammates. Much love.